Hello, and welcome to the Enchanted Forest. Are you ready to go on a storybook adventure with me? Listen closely and follow the star from my magic robe. When the star is over the book and you press a button, you can see the story. When the star is over the Jack-in-the-Box and you press a button, you can play the games. When the star is over the hand and you press a button, you will leave the disc. You can move the star anywhere you like, and remember, if you see the story first, it will help you play the games. Have fun! Story. To stop the story, press a button and I will help you.
Aren't that many cowboys these days? Not real ones like Pecos Bill. Whew, boy, Bill was a piece of work, boy. Ooh, he was the doggonedest gall-diggingest, dad-blamedest son of the prairie sod who ever rode across these great United States of America. Any cow-puncher worth a lick will tell you that if it weren't for Bill, there wouldn't have been a Wild West. It just would have been plain old mundane. And who wants to hear stories about the great mundane West? Ow, who'd do? It took a man like Pecos Bill to conquer the West. Before he came on the scene, cowboys didn't know a thing about cows. They read some books about sheep, but what's that gonna do? And let me tell you, a cowboy who doesn't know about cows is pretty lame. It's a wild thing, but we're putting our socks on over our boots here, aren't we? We're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves, sliding down the hill without really knowing where the cactus are. Because to understand what Bill was about, you got to know that he was half coyote. Bill started out his life just like you and me, only slightly different. He was the youngest of 14 brothers and sisters, and his folks lived right smack in the middle of Texas. They were your regular family of prairie settlers, except Bill's father had a powerful fear of getting hemmed in by neighbors. When Bill was only a couple of weeks old, his father decided the family was gonna move. Some other family had moved in right next door, which was only 200 miles away. "If it's one thing I can't stand," said Bill's father, "it's being cramped by squatters." So Bill's family piled into their Conestoga wagon and headed west. They traveled in that wagon for 2 weeks when, quite by accident, little Bill squirted out the back. Since pioneers were too busy pioneering all the time, Bill's parents didn't realize he was gone until they took a head count 3 weeks later. By that time, they decided to chalk up the loss of their youngest son to experience and didn't bother backtracking to find the little devil.
To continue the story, press a button. Wizard. Games. Each one of these pictures will let you play a different game. If you put the star over a picture and press a button, the game will begin. Have fun! When Pecos Bill first saw Slewfoot Sue, she was riding on an animal's back. Was she riding a rattlesnake, a catfish, or a Mustang? You're right. It was a mighty big catfish, too, even by Texas standards. Here are pictures showing parts of Pecos Bill's story. Which part did you enjoy the most? That Pecos Bill sure had a wild life. Which picture shows Pecos?